Let's talk about how to be successful when investing in crypto. Let's do it. So in this video, I want to talk about how you can be successful in crypto investing. And I want to do this with a whole heap load of realism. So look, I think there's going to be something in this video for everybody. This is going to be me just talking in front of the camera about the things that I think are most important in order to be successful when investing in cryptocurrency. And even if you've been in crypto for a long time, be it 1, 2, 10 years, who knows? I still think that there's valuable lessons to be taken from this video. So stay till the very end. Even if you know everything for the first half of the video, there will be some nuggets in there that perhaps you haven't thought about, even being a veteran in the space. And look, I feel that I have been very successful in crypto and I've made a lot of money. And I think that there's lots of lessons I've learned and many lessons that people in the industry that I talk to have also learned and pass those learnings on to me. And I really want to kind of do a pass along of a lot of this, right? So a lot of me talking, rambling, apologies for that. But, mentally where I'm at, there's a lot going on in my mind, right? And I think this video is going to be, although me just talking at a camera, very valuable in many different ways. So the first thing that I want to kind of highlight is, again, a bit of realism. And I don't want to get anybody triggered by what I'm saying, but I think people do need to hear this because we see an awful lot of comments, talking about not just our videos, but many people's videos that people are wrong, they're always wrong, and so on. Even when they're not wrong and they're very accurate. And I want to sort of come onto that in some real detail. So, first of all, I think investors need to be accountable. They need to take ownership. And look, a lot of people are going to get triggered. What I mean by this is, you shouldn't be blaming influencers for predictions that, haven't come to fruition. They got wrong. And when I say come to fruition, maybe you're not even aware of the timescale that they're talking about. Maybe it's early and you're already, of the assumption that an influencer is wrong when, the time period that they've been predicting, we haven't even got to it yet. So we see all of this in the comments, not just our videos, but others. A lot of people unwilling to take accountability and ownership. We saw this with the guy that dumped his laptop mistakenly with over $200 million worth of Bitcoin on it. He doesn't seem to be taking accountability by suing the council. For me, that's just, he should own his mistake. It's a big mistake, but at the end of the day, the council weren't the ones that threw the laptop in the dump, for example. So maybe a really bad example, but an example that popped into my mind just then as I was saying this. Now, what I mean by taking accountability and ownership is if a YouTuber that you're following, says that they've got this prediction that X will get to Y by, Z date, then you should probably go away and research whatever rationale they're giving you and make your own judgment as to whether that's going to come to fruition. So recently somebody in our Discord, and I'm not going to call out people, this isn't me being a bit of an arse, but somebody's called out $59,000 by the end of this week. Now, if that doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. But if anybody's following that and it doesn't happen, whose fault is that? I believe that it's the fault of the investor because they should have gone away and they should have gone, probably unlikely to happen. What's the probability of getting to $59,000 by the end of this week? It's probably unlikely. And I think the same individual said over 70,000 by the end of the month. And look, this isn't me having digs at that individual. It's just me sort of talking about the fact that there is a real lack of accountability. If that doesn't happen, is the person making that claim going to go silent, or are they going to, step up and say they were wrong? And if investors lose money, whose fault is that? Should it be the person that made the predictions fault, or should it be the individual that, made that investment? You let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. But if you're going to be successful in cryptocurrency, that blame has to be with you, the investor. You're the one that pulled the trigger. And I think it's really important to understand that. So we always say here at 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 that you shouldn't blindly follow anybody in the space. That could be 𝗕𝗙𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏, that could be 𝗕𝗙𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏, that could be 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, that could be altcoin daily, that could be 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏, that could be fucking anybody. And I think this is what a lot of people need to kind of digest. It's realism for you. You need to understand it and you need to digest it. And I think if you're going to be successful, then you've probably already done that. Now, you would never catch me following people blindly. You would never find me blaming others for investment decisions I made. You just wouldn't ever catch me doing that. Could you imagine a world like that, where influencers are blaming other influencers for losses? I mean, it's ludicrous, but it's ludicrous when you're sat here being successful at investing in cryptocurrency. It's perhaps a little bit more difficult to digest if you're new in the space and you are following people blindly and you're making all of these mistakes. Because if you follow people blindly, you're going to follow the wrong people, the people that are just trying to part you with your hard-earned money. And, there doesn't seem to be this acknowledgement that, predictions are just that. They're predictions, sometimes based on, historic data. Sometimes they're based, on absolutely nothing, thin air. They're just people putting their finger in the air. And, this is why I think it's always good to sort of have some rationale as to why you're making these predictions and so on. So that's the first thing, take ownership, take accountability. If you don't do that, then, you are going to be either very, very lucky to be successful in cryptocurrency, or I don't even know, very lucky. Maybe you followed the right person, luckily. Maybe, you just got in at the right time. There could be a number of reasons why you're lucky, but the vast majority of people are going to make mistakes. And it is, and again, people don't understand this. It is player versus player. When you're seeing influencers, pumping coins like 𝗕𝗪𝗪 and various others, you got to ask the question, did they get in early? Are they just pumping their bags? Are they really, people that have got your best interests at heart? Probably not. And, one thing that I find very difficult to digest, somebody that really genuinely wants people in their community to do really well and flourish, is being amongst these individuals that, in my opinion, are just criminals, that are trying to part people with, from their cash and the crypto. And, it does kind of tar, everybody gets tarred with the same brush. And I find that very difficult to digest, and the comments recently have just been horrendous. And, people just do need to just take that step back and have a look in the mirror and ask themselves who's really to blame for those investments. If you invested in 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗏, the criminal influencers that have been pushing some of these coins, and I'm just using 𝗕𝗪𝗪 as an example, might be a poor example, but are the influencers to blame? They're not good actors, but did you do any research? Did you go and look into it in any detail, or did you follow blindly? And I'm going to hazard a guess, most people followed blindly. So yeah, that's the first thing, for being successful in cryptocurrency, is knowing that you have to take ownership and accountability. I think if you don't do that, you won't be successful. I would follow that up with also using good risk management. And for me, risk management is such a crucial part of being successful in cryptocurrency. risk management takes many different forms. It's, the amount of money that you might invest in a more riskier project compared to a blue chip project. It could be, where you keep your crypto. Is it self-custody? Is it, an exchange where there's third-party risk? And, there's risks that a lot of people don't consider, trading risks. Do you want too much leverage, too little leverage? Do you want the right level of leverage? How much money do you want to invest? All of that stuff. Do you have a plan? Do you know how to execute it? There's all these risks that a lot of people don't know about. Is your bank going to debank you? Have you thought about the risks of taking your money out of crypto? Let's say you do become a millionaire. Are you just going to put that all in your Santander account, knowing that Chris has just been debanked from Santander for transferring £15,000 worth of fiat into crypto and out of crypto on Coinbase in his account in 3 years? Would you be comfortable putting £1 million in that account? Would you just speak to the bank and take them at their word when they say it's going to be fine and you've got the green light to put £1 million in their bank account? Are they going to freeze your account? And these are all things that we really do need to digest, think about. And we've got some fantastic risk management stuff on the membership at 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀🐬 cheekycrypto.io. Not trying to pitch it to you. It's not what this video is about. But there are things that will make you think just differently about the space and how you invest and how you on and off ramp in crypto. The other things that I would talk about is, the stuff around videos and the types of content that you watch. There's many influencers that are really good out there. There's many that are blagging their way through the bear market, bull market, and you've got your bad influencers that are shilling meme coins, rug pulls, and so on. Like, follow the right people, but couple it with good research. I think this stuff is really important. Immerse yourself in a fantastic community. We have a free Discord. You don't have to learn from other people's from your own mistakes. You can learn from other people's mistakes. And we just circle back to putting money in your bank at the end of the bull run. I know people that have contacted their bank and told them they're going to put a lot of money in that account, and they've still froze the account. And that is why I say learn from other people's mistakes. So immerse yourself in a fantastic community of people that have got experience in the space. Whether you're a veteran, whether you're new to crypto investing, I think this stuff is really, really important to do. Now, there are many other things to talk about when it comes to being successful, but I think we will talk about a lot of that stuff in the Discord. Now, before we do that, like I have mentioned a few times, banging a drum here, that I've had some health scare issues recently going into 2024. It has made me think very differently. I mentioned at the beginning of this video, like mentally I'm in a different kind of space to where I was in 2023, and some of this is from learnings and so on. But the other really important thing when it comes to being successful in crypto investing is making sure that there's a plan after you pass away. And I'm not suggesting that that's going to happen with me. Maybe it is. Maybe something bad will happen. Maybe something won't. But for anybody that is watching, your health can just change in an instant. I was very healthy before going into 2024. And then, even the night before I felt amazing. The very next day, I was rushed to hospital. So, in a lot of pain. And now I'm about to have surgery. So what I would say is life can change unexpectedly for anybody at any point, and it could have been far worse for me than it actually is, thankfully. But again, like operations, they have risks, just like you would expect. And yeah, if you don't have a plan for your partner, your family, access that crypto after you've been successfully investing in that space, then what have you done it for? And most people do invest in crypto because they want to be successful and they want to change the lives of not just themselves, but their family as well. So, you want to make sure you've got a good plan, make sure that, people in your family, and it could be frustrating trying to, get people to understand. I'm fortunate, got Nick. I'm sure he'll help my wife, once, the worst happens, for example, just like his wife would know I would help her. But you need to have a plan. You need to talk through with your family what to happen in this scenario. I'd expect people to get wills and stuff done, and so on. So look, if you're going to be successful, you have to think differently in this space. You can't just FOMO in as soon as the market gets bullish. Think, right, that's it. We've missed the bottom, or we're not going to get cheaper prices, whatever terminology we wish to use at different times in the market. History tends to repeat itself. We've seen crashes many times. I just think that people need to acknowledge that ownership and accountability is one of the biggest things to be successful in this crypto space. I hope that people took something from this video, the different kind of video. I did want to sort of talk through it and make sure that I kind of said how I felt about things. Today I'm actually traveling, so I'm not going to be about in the Discord, but I will be back in the Discord probably tomorrow. Again, if you've got any questions, links are in the description for the membership and the Discord, and obviously all the other channels that we have. So go check those out. Hit the like button if you found this useful, and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next one.